friends, happy Tuesday evening to you. Well, Wednesday morning by the time I get it all edited and uploaded. I hope Wednesday, the middle of the week, is going to treat you well. I have no expectations one way or the other. The weather has been unseasonably warm, like up in the mid-50s, lower 60s. We're having April weather in February, and that's a little concerning, especially for the snowpack and the rainfall and amount of water we'll have over the summer. A little concerning indeed. Princess is here, of course, to say hi and demanding my full attention because she certainly doesn't like it when I pay attention to anything but her. But I think we're going to have a good time today. I've got stitching, I've got a little bit of knitting, and I framed a few things. So let's get started. Hi, my name is Kay, and this is my Cave of Possibilities. I have knitting to the left of me, cross stitch to the right, and here I am, stuck in the middle with you. I hope you're doing well, and I know I said that just 5 seconds ago, but you know how your brain just runs in loops and circles and around and around and around. We're doing well. The system at work that is a dumpster fire is maybe a smoldering fire and not complete and total dumpster on the loose right now, but we'll see. We still haven't completed the first quarter of reporting yet, so it's still anybody's guess, even if it is still a little bit of a headache. Let's get started with cross stitch. The last time I talked to you, I was working on the pansies here. This is Nora's Alphabet. It is designed by Nora Corbett for Fireside Originals and was designed for Cross My Heart Limited. And I think I visited there once upon a time when I was on a cross-country trip with my sister when she was going to medical school out in Hershey, Pennsylvania. So we detoured and stopped in. Little cat, why is there hair on this already? It's, well, you just gonna have to see it with the hair that it's got. Anyway, here is my pansy, all done. I really worried about some of the colors as I was working on it. I wasn't sure if any of them were going to work. Well, especially when I was pulling it, but as you can see, stitched up, he looks pretty good. Although this little bit kind of looks like a mustache to me, so he's a mustachioed pansy. Really pleased with the finish. It's all in DMC threads, stitched 2 over 2 on what I believe is a 32 count white shelt, Water Lily is the name of the fabric. So it's a light green. Water Lily is a decent, not decent, is a really versatile color I find, and I use it for lots of things. So there is my progress and finish, woohoo, on the pansy from Nora's Alphabet, which is about the only part of that pattern that I wanted to do. I might do the pear in 4 or 5 years, since pansies are my favorite flower and pears are my favorite fruit, are my favorite fruit, so why not? Why not indeed? All right, put that here. So since I had finished a project off, I took to working on a little mystery. This is by Lizzie Kate, and it was published a long time ago. I could fuss through it and look at the copyright date, but it's been quite a while since it was published. And this is my progress so far. Little over halfway through. And if you've stitched this before, you'll know that in the original it says tomorrow is mystery. I couldn't do it. I had to have the A. Tomorrow is a mystery. I needed the full sentence. So I took out the stitched B and moved the is over a space or two, added the A in, so now it says tomorrow is a mystery. And I need to do some back stitching there from those two pink flowers down towards the bottom where there are flower pots underneath the word mystery, and stitch that there. This is a 32 count linen from Fabric Flair. I have no idea where I bought this piece because it was a weird piece to begin with. It's 9 by 17, so it's a random offcut. I don't know where I picked it up, but I think it's coming along quite nice. I'll do my back stitching here and over here, and then I will be able to move my hoop downward and finish off the rest of clue number 2 and start in on clue number 3 post haste without any troubles. Why don't you come stand up here on the back of the chair so people can see you? Yeah, your adoring fans, they want to look at you. Okay, and then the last project that I have been consistently working on is Lady of the Flag. I borrowed this pattern from one of my friends, and so I am really putting in a dedicated effort. I usually stitch on her all day Saturdays and Sundays, so to get her done. And I have done a heck of a lot of work on her since the last time I spoke to you. I had this part of the banner done, and so I filled in all the rest of the banner, all of these leaves which are done in acrylic or acrylic blend, and then I filled in, there was a little spot that wasn't filled in right there on the bottom of her dress, and my lamp is freaking out, as it does. I don't know if it's the lamp, the bulb. It's an LED bulb in the lamp, and sometimes it just turns off and flickers and was really weird. Anyway, I put her in the largest nurge that I have. She's been there for a while and she's still pretty nice and taut, not giving away any. I slowed down because with all the acrylic, I stitch a lot slower and a lot more careful to make sure that those are at least cooperating. I don't demand that they lay absolutely perfect because I think that would drive me crazy if I demanded that they lay absolutely perfect, but that's probably why I don't win any prizes in anything. The acrylic alone is not bad. It's the acrylic and the DMC blend that I really have to work at. So maybe in the next 2 weeks I might be able to finish off. There's a bow right down here, and then the rest of the vines and the leaves down here at the bottom, and then I'll be able to move right back up to the top and get the rest of her completed. So those are my cross-stitch projects for the past 2 weeks, and I really think I'm making quite a good bit of progress on them. Let's see. Let's look at the one thing I've worked on knitted, and then we'll look at frames and then purchases, because I did manage to get up to Cindy's for Stitchy Saturday, not last Saturday, but the Saturday before that, to hang out with everybody. We had a Galentine's party. It was really touch and go because I didn't know if the weather was going to cooperate or not. Some days it was like it's not going to cooperate, some days it was, and so we were kind of watching it, and the very last minute the storm didn't come in, didn't storm as much as that Eubanks kid thought it was going to snow, and so I was able to go up there. I have purchases from that. Anyway, my two little knitting projects. So I'll turn this around. This is where the cute little cupcake marker is where I had that last, and I finished off the last set of 1 over cross repeats and sewed up the top and went all the way to the top. I still need to do a little bit of finishing because I have this tail here, so I just need to weave it in and make it pretty, but I think it turned out quite good, yeah? And it is, since it's a 1 by 1 twisted rib here at the bottom, it should stretch out plenty and grow with my wee little niece who I made the hat for. So I hope she likes it next winter when I get around to giving it to her, because it seems like this winter is all done with. And then I recast on, I had knitted almost half of this hat already in this beautiful pink yarn for my other niece. So I got all the twisted ribbing taken care of and the rows set up to start doing the 1/over cabling pattern right there. So that's where we are with my knitting projects. Yay! I haven't really been feeling the I'm gonna scoop this up and put this in here. This is pretty mindless, and so it's usually what ends up being taken to church with me, so I can just go around and around in a quiet circle, and so it's in my fanciest bag is my project bag for church. So that's my knitting. Now, for finishing, I don't usually finish a lot of stuff because I'm not really skilled with sewing. I make attempts, so most of my stuff gets framed. First, this isn't cross stitch, but it's a watercolor that I purchased from an artist, and so I took that in, of course, pansies in a glass, and had it framed. So I'm looking forward to being able to put that on my walls. You can see back behind me over here, I've hung up my By the Pattern, By the Dream is the one you can barely see on the bottom, and then the one above that is Pretty Little San Francisco, which was by Satsuma Street. And so I'm not entirely happy with how those are hanging on the wall, so I'll probably take them down and move them around a little bit. We'll see if next time I've got a new arrangement of things on the wall back there. Who knows? Anyway, back to things that I had framed. I took in my pansy seed packet that I stitched last year. This was out of an American Needleworks booklet. Had all sorts of garden sorts of themes and flowers and whatnot. So they did a double mat with a little bit of a gold, dark purple, and then kind of a silvery gold frame. I think it turned out really quite lovely, if not a little bit more formal than what I think, but I'm just going to throw all these up on the wall willy-nilly, higgledy-piggledy, and have a good time with it. And then the last one I got framed is my pansies from Owl Forest Embroidery. And so this looks amazing. This is 2 frames, so the pink is a frame here, and then the purple is another frame. And when we saw it, we just kind of went, "Woo, those are great colors." I think, honestly, if I was to do it again, I would look for a matte instead of a pink frame. The matte probably would have been cheaper as it was. This was almost $250 to do the double framing plus the art glass and the pinning and stretching and everything. But they do a really good job. So the art glass, as you can see just the tiny reflection from the viewfinder of my camcorder that I record these on. So it is a wee little bit reflective, but not by much. So I'm really pleased how this turned out, even if it is a little wild with the pink and the purple matte, since the pink one is kind of more rustic and the outer one is more formal and shiny. And we like shiny. Shiny is great. So those are the 2 cross stitches that I had framed. I'm thinking about what I want to take over there next. Probably another pansy, something or another. I need to figure out what I want to do with my walls, because I've got a blank wall over here and in front of me, and then this wall's blank, and then most of the walls in my bedroom I haven't put much stuff on. Lastly, I did mention that I got to go up to Cindy's 2 Saturdays ago, and we had a great time stitching. Sarah, our Stitching Kingdom, was able to come, and her mom, Carrie. They are awesome. I enjoy their company so much. Robin made it up. I enjoy her company. And Brooke was there. And I'm going to forget somebody. Andrea, she sat with us at crazy woman, and she was there, and Lovely, and Sue, and Robin, and Sarah, Redneck Bifocal Stitcher. You should go watch her. And Sarah, our Stitching Kingdom. You should go watch her. If you love games and goals and sort of oriented stitching, that's Sarah, our Stitching Kingdom. If you like a Halloween spooky vibe, that's Sarah, Redneck Bifocal Stitcher. They are both lovely, wonderful women, and you should be watching them. So, since I was up to Cindy's shop, Stitchery Express, where we have she has Saturday Stitch-In, I picked up the Mary Mary from Mirabilia, because of course I did. I love Christmas, and a pretty lady for Christmas, you can't say no. And Cindy is going to set aside the bead pack and the fancy flosses for me as soon as they come in. And I purchased this beige fabric that has cat hair over it. Why does this have cat hair on it? What have you been doing? Yeah, no answers, huh? I'm gonna have to roller this. Anyway, let's turn it the other way where it's not folded over funny. There we go. A subtle, soft brown with really subtle snowflakes in it. I think that will work really quite well for Miss Mary Mary. And I bought 2 pieces because I have Miss Christmas Eve, and I think they would be lovely companion pieces because both of them have sort of this round shape at the bottom of their dress. So that is what we have got planned there. And here is a funny for you guys that just doesn't have anything to do with anything else. But I was going through my flosses when I was kitting up the pansy, the Nora Corbett pansy. Let's see if I can hold these so you can kind of see what's going on. But I had a whole heck of skeins from somewhere. I suspect they came from Grandma Larson's collection, and then she passed them on to me when she passed away, before she passed away. But I don't know if you can see this, how some of these have aged, where there's like gold flecks, gold tones in the in some of these DMCs. I can't really see just because of the way the viewfinder is showing back at me. So anyway, I can't use these for anything because they've aged so weirdly, but I saved them long enough to show you, so now I can throw them away and never think about them again. But don't buy 100 gajillion skeins of your color if you're not going to start on it right away, because they might age really weird. These aged really weird. Anyway, no mas. So that is all of the crafting I've been up to. Work continues along. We're slowly getting used to the new system and working around it. There's still things that are really, really broken and not working at all, which are really disappointing and unfortunate and not doing us any favors. Flavors, oh my goodness. Anyway, it is what it is. So we're hopeful. Tickets keep being put in. Things we'd like to see keep being registered. It's just going along. So hopefully it'll slowly improve and be better. But all the people I know who have worked on Workday for years and years, nobody likes it. I have not heard one single person who's been on it for years and years go, oh, this is an excellent thing, it's wonderful. So my hopes are low. Maybe my expectations are now realistic. It's gonna suck for a long time. Sad. But anyway, that's all we've got going on. In 2 weeks' time, we will head down to St. George for the St. George Stitchers Retreat, hosted by Misty Connolly. She hosts the Crazy Woman Stitching Retreat in Casper, Wyoming in September. Also, we'll be going to that one. So if I can just hold on for 2 more weeks, I get like 3 days of vacation. Woo! That is very exciting. So there you have it. All the non-excitement going on in my life. and the cat's life. And that's how it is. I think I'll transfer this over to the computer, get to work on editing, upload it, and then we're going to stitch, because that's what we do. I hope you guys are doing okay. Remember, kindness costs you nothing. One step forward, one step up. Be the change you want to see. Write those letters to your representatives and Senate guys. My brain's broken. Telling them what you would like to see and what you think of their policies. Hugs and stitches, everyone. Bye. You are not helpful.